for lies, but I seen the proof. She ain't what they say. She the living truth.
Okay, guys. So I've got the links fixed. Sorry. They're fixed now. So we're going to start with some things that I'm getting questions about. And number one, we're going to start with setup. So let's just say this is your brand new setup. This is what your chart looks like. So the first thing that we're going to do is this volume down here. This is not part of the Queen's Path. Okay. We are going to remove it. So we're going to go up here to the top left hand. Do you see volume? Put your cursor over it. You're going to come over. You're going to trash that bad boy. Now, for me personally, my eyes hurt when I sit and I stare at this white chart all day. So come up here to the top left. You're going to see a circle with your initial of your username. Click that. Let's go to dark theme. Oh my goodness, that's so much better. So then you're going to come up here to indicators. Over here, you're going to see invite only. Queen's Path 4.1, protect the king. You're going to click that and it's going to put it on your chart like this. Oh, we got a king is headed south. Yay.
Attention, attention, attention.
Okay. So we're going to get to all of this. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Down here, this is your Queen's strength meter. Okay. Your Queen's strength meter. When your queen is headed, when your king and queen, when they are headed north, this tells you how much power they've got. So right here, you can see that the lines aren't very long. There's just not a lot of power there, right?
Attention.
Okay. Well, everything is going south. And that's a good thing. When the lines go from light green to dark green, they're really losing power. Okay. Now, this was kind of an area, this was London session. It doesn't really move during London session. So it was kind of going sideways. So, kind of, let's look here. She started pretty much out the gate. So when they're headed south, you see the red lines. So the longer the red lines, the more power they have. When they go from the dark, well, pink to the light pink, okay, see up here, they're kind of losing power. That's when they're going back to power up, okay? When it switches from pink to green, they're trying to go the other way. However, this was a strategizing zone. Okay. So this just kind of gives you just something you can watch and you'll see. Now, somebody said, oh, my MACD don't show up. If you put the 4.1 on there, your MACD is on there. You could have accidentally moved it down. Look, out of the way. So you're going to have to come down here and scroll and see how to pull it up. Because if you put the 4.1 on, your MACD is on, period. Period. Okay. So sometimes when you open your chart up, everything is sideways like this. And I get questions all the time. Oh, why does it look like this? This is what you do. You come over here to your chart where price is, left click and pull up. Come back down, left click, pull up. Left click, pull up. Okay. So,
Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
I'm concerned. Okay, so now let's talk about the settings. Now, this was coded to play on the 5 minutes. That is what this is right here, your 5 minute. Now, if you come to the bottom of your screen, Queen's Path indicator is down here. If you run over it, you'll see settings, the gear wheel. Okay, over here on inputs, your first little tab. Okay, down here, King's signal mode. I like to keep this on confirmed. And your King time frame should be on 45 minutes. Okay, so we're going to talk about stop loss. So if you're doing micros, we say probably about Okay, stop loss. This is in dollar amount. Okay, and the settings that you put here is for one contract. So if you are on micros, just know it is for one contract. Let's say about $40 a contract. So if you're trading 3 micros, that's going to be $140. Do you see what I'm saying? So move to break even. This is, when do you want to secure a bag? How many dollars? So let's just say, on micros, sorry, it kicked me off. On micros, it may be just say $20, and trail step after break even, maybe $10. Okay. So with that being said, if you are doing regular like ES1, it's going to be per contract. So it could be stop loss 275. So then just know if you're doing 2 contracts, that's $550 lost. And then move to break even, maybe 200 for you. And then the trail step maybe, 150. I recommend everybody start with your micros. It's just better risk management. Over here on style, this looks a little bit busy to me. Now, I believe you can take your line off your MACD if you don't want it on there. That's up to you. I take the north and the south 3 off. Okay. That leaves it a little less messy. Is it the second? Okay. I'll leave the QPB. I'll leave the QPS. So your king is north and your king is south. I'll leave them where they're at. And then your settings are set. So it's really simple. Settings are set. It does look a little bit messy. I put my rolly bar over here and spread it out. It's not so messy. Now you can always go back to your system IO, your 3.0 rules. I mean, if you want to play, but we have a world-class system here. So what we are doing is we are just setting our alerts. So to do that, you're going to come here, and you do have to have a paid version. You do need the real-time data. On condition, we're going to pick our Queen Unleashed. Right here, we're going to pick the King is North. I do have to look and see why the South is on here twice. Interval, same as chart, which is the 5-minute. Now trigger, once only. I'm going to do mine once per bar close. That's going to help it not repaint. I'm going to look at some stuff in the coding, but it's going to help it not repaint. So here, under notifications, you want to notify an app. You want to know if you're on the go, what's going to happen. You want to be able to play when you leave the house. Show toast notification is the bottom left hand of your screen. If you're working on something else, you're on another screen, you'll see it in the bottom left hand corner of your screen. So you're going to want to play a sound. And here's where you pick the sounds. For me, I think it's funny. If it's going north, I like to hear the queen say, ooh, y'all hear it all the time. So I go to voices and I say, and then I apply and then I create. So this is what, this is a separate, so funny. Okay. This isn't mine that I use. This is another account. I'm actually playing the game over here and I'm deep in profit. So anyway, you would hit create and that'll create it. Now see, if you don't have paid version, it won't let you do it. So just say your version's paid and you've created. So now we're going to go back to the same thing and we're going to create an alert for Queen Unleashed, for the King is South, same as chart, trigger, once per bar close, right? Because if the queen's going to run, the queen's going to run. Message the King is South. I change the sound, everything the same. I like to hear the king go, oh, and apply and create. And then I need you to do it a third time. Alert until I figure out why this is on here twice. Same as chart. Any alert function call. Go down to the second King of South. It's not going to hurt anything. Once per bar close. And, oh, okay. And then you're set. Okay. So there you have your alert set. You have your stuff set up on your chart. So now let's talk about the trade button. Now this is where you're going to log in with your broker. Say you bought a challenge. Okay? Let's see. When you log in to your Take Profit Trader, your Lucid Trading, whatever it is that you have bought, you're going to have login details for Tradeovate. So you're going to hit this trade button. Now, if you're just practicing, this is where you hit your paper trading and it connects you to a paper trade account. See over here, Trading View, paper trading. Click that if you want to log out of paper trading. Now, for your broker, you will have Tradeovate login details. Let me do it over here. So I don't want to show y'all my login. Hold on. Because it will put my, It'll have Tradeovate prop, Ninja Trader prop, and that'll be your login. So see, like your login will probably be your first and last name. Okay. And then underneath is your password. Okay. I'm logged in somewhere else, so I'm not going to mess this up. But then you're going to hit login. And then bada bing, bada boom, you're going to be logged into your account. So we can go to paper trading just for the purposes of this. So now you can see you're logged into paper trading. You've got your alert set. You literally just wait on the alert to come up. You got the king is headed south. It pops up your stop loss. Okay, down here, we want a reward USD. Okay, take profit USD. Stop loss USD. That's how you can put your dollar amount in. Okay, I have a lot of people ask about that because I know how much I need to make and I just put it in there. However, if you want to plug in these numbers, you can put price, stop loss USD, price. That way, okay, I had a sale come up. The king is headed south. Now, of course, we're a little bit late, but this is for educational purposes. 754575. And then, I mean, what you can do is you can go down here and you can put your take profit fit 3 since you're going to trail it anyway. 7514. Oh, I did it wrong. Stop loss 754575 and take profit 7513. Now I'm on micros. I don't suggest doing more than 3. So this is just for purposes. We will make sure these toggles are on and hit sell. Take profit 7513. I hit it wrong, sorry. Stop loss 7545. Oh, I typed that in. Anyway, and then you hit sell. That way you're in the sale, okay? And then you just move your stop loss when your orange line moves. And that's really the basics on setups and alerts. And to say when you do want to secure your bag and your yellow line moves, it says protect the queen. You just left click and pull it down. And that's how you play. Confirm.